What's up, guys? How's everybody doing? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another cheap Ross lightsaber review. You guys saw it on the 1 Minute Toy Hunt last week. Got this Force FX Elite Leia Organa lightsaber for $39. There it is. $39.99. A lot of you guys found this over the weekend. Thanks again to Star Wars Sith. Tony let me know about this. He said, dude, go check your Rosses. Second Ross I hit the next day. Had it hiding on the top shelf. So thanks again to Tony at Star Wars Sith. Go check him out. He is killing it. But let's take a look at this. I think for 40 bucks, this is going to be a winner. There has been some negativity towards it with sound and that sort of thing. But we're going to judge it for ourselves. Take a look at it and let you know if it's worth 40 bucks. I can already tell you this is not worth 275 bucks, which is retail, because the Ray wasn't worth that. I don't think any saber is worth that unless it's got like a real blade. So let's check it out. Let's take a look at the packaging real quick. You guys got a good look there. There's a nice picture of Leia. Rise of Skywalker, I believe this was from. This hilt gets a little bit of hate, but I think it looks cool. I like the copper-esque to it. I think that looks awesome. And then of course it is a Force FX Elite, so you're gonna get the clash sounds, all that kind of cool stuff. So I think that's a positive as well. The back of the box has the saber all lit up, gives you some rundown of everything else. And then the side, well, we've got our 40 bucks and we've got absolutely nothing. So there's the packaging, but you're not here for that. You're here for the saber. So let's check it out. All right, we're going to start out with the saber without the blade in it. There's really two different functions to this, obviously. There's the saber without the blade. This top part is interchangeable. There's no way the blade's ever going to fit into there, so they actually give you two parts, which is good. Also comes with the little hook hanger, so you can hang it on just like Leia or Luke would do in the show. This thing is actually really nice. A really nice looking piece. Like I said, I kind of like the, it's almost like a pinkish copper. Looks really, really good. And you really got nothing to complain about as far as the looks. I will mention one part I don't like is these little kind of whitish clear pieces here. Very, very cheap. When I'm holding it, I can kind of feel them moving around in my hand. Not a huge fan of that. One other negative that I don't really like is that unlike the Ray Saber that we reviewed back in October, you actually have to unscrew this to get the battery compartment out. I've screwed it back in. The battery compartment's not coming anywhere. It's not coming out. So obviously that's how it goes. The battery compartment takes 3 AA batteries. Screw it in, screw this part on, and there you go. I'm going to take off this sticker because that looks like hell. I'll take that off later, but I got to tell you, this is a good looking saber. The other thing I like about it, when you hold it in your hand, it's got a nice feel to it. That Ray saber is cumbersome as hell, but this one has got a really nice feel to it, which I like better. I don't like the way the Ray saber feels in my hands. I like this one better. It's not as heavy as the Ray saber either. It's definitely lighter. The Ray saber feels like it maybe weighs like another few ounces more than it, but that's a pretty big saber. Other than that, I mean, this thing, like I said, I think it looks really good. There's the activation button, and then over here on the side, right there, you've got the little clash button as well. So there you go. That's what it looks like without the blade in it. Let's go ahead and grab the blade and we'll turn it on and see what we got. All right, blade in hand. It's your typical Star Wars lightsaber blade. You've got the black part that goes in, got the electronics to it and all that. So that's really kind of what you've seen with every blade. We'll keep that to the side because we're going to need it. So I'll just hold it here. And then we have another part of the hilt. This is the wider part so the blade can actually go in. It's like I mentioned before in the first segment, blade's not going to go in there, way too skinny. So we've got our hilt, we've got our blade emitter to be specific. So all you really got to do, slide it in there, take the two pieces, get a good fit, screw it on, you're ready to go. So there you go. Again, it's not as heavy as the Ray Saber. It's got a good feel to it. I don't think I have the blade in all the way. I do have the blade in all the way. Now, we'll do this in the dark because it doesn't really give a good esque on how bright the saber is. The blue looks good. I think it looks great. We'll turn this off real quick. Still going to be hard to give you guys. We'll go into the bathroom and we'll do it. It's really dark in the bathroom, so we'll do it there. But it's not as loud. I'll tell you that. It's not as loud as the Rey Saber. It's not as loud as my Kylo Ren lightsaber. But the feel is great on this thing. I love the feel. The battle clashes actually are pretty loud. Not bad. And it moves well. Honestly, this might be my favorite saber that I have. I have 3. The Kylo, the Rey, and now this one. I think this might be my favorite. I like the hilt the best. I love the blue blade. The blue blade's probably my favorite. And it moves really well. I think the only downfall to this saber, it's a little quieter than the others, but it's not really super quiet to you're like, man, I can't hear it at all. I don't think it's that bad. But there's another look at what it looks like. Unfortunately, just due to getting the blade in, they did have to whiten out parts of the emitter and a little bit more down here. But again, it's really not that noticeable and actually does help with it in your hands. So, pretty solid, guys. I mean, for 40 bucks, this is definitely a win. $275, no, I would not pay $275 for this. That would be terrible. All right, so there you go. That's what it looks like with the blade. Pretty straightforward. We don't need to make this a really long review because, I mean, this is pretty straightforward. So let's go ahead and we'll go in some darkness. I'll give you guys a look at what it looks like in the dark in terms of being bright. And I'll try to shut up so you guys can hear it a little bit better. So let's hit some darkness. Okay, before we go in the dark, I forgot to mention one thing. It does come with this stand as well. Just very similar to the Rey stand. Hasbro cheaps out on these, of course, because where the actual saber lies, there and there, it's cheap plastic when this is actually metal. So, you know, Hasbro had to cheap out somewhere, right? But it does fit on nicely. Here's the saber, smacking the wall. Damn it. Such a low production value with my videos. But there you go. That's what it looks like. Holds it just fine. I mean, there's no problems at all. You can see the Rey Saber in the background. It's on one side of the TV. This is going to go on the other side of the TV. So I think it'll look cool to have 2 lit up sabers in the toy loft here. But fits nicely. So there you go. There's the stand. I mean, it's not bad for what you're getting. All right, moment of truth here. You guys tell me. Does it glow good? It does. It glows very good and looks really, really good. A nice deep blue, which is exactly what we want. You can't really even tell that there's multiple lights in here. We'll go ahead and turn it off and turn it back on again. That's phenomenal. Probably one of the best 40 bucks I've ever spent, honestly, guys. If you can find one of these sabers, go get it because it's definitely worth the 40 bucks. I mean, I think I'd have been okay even paying 100 for this one. This is my favorite lightsaber right now. So there you go, guys. Love this saber. All right, there you go. Not much else you can say about it. Definitely a good pickup, a good purchase as far as I'm concerned. I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10 considering it's 40 bucks. If it was any more than that, the score would go down. But for 40 bucks at Ross, 9 out of 10 for the win. And yes, contrary to popular belief, Ross is a win. There's been some chatter about that on Instagram that it's not really a win because we're finding old stuff. Well, yes, it is. This, my friends, was a win. Hope you guys enjoyed the review. If you did, comment, like, subscribe. I'll see you guys on the next one.